Yeah. Action.
Hi, good afternoon. We are the second group. Our city is Miami, and we want to show you about Miami, some pictures, some information about history, and place to do, things to do, and place to visit in Miami. I hope you enjoy a lot and learn something about our city. I'm going to talk about population. I have the map here for Florida. Florida is the second largest city. Miami is the second largest city in Florida, and is the second with more population. According to the census 2000, whites constitute 66.6% of Miami population. This is the white people. I have the black people. Black people is 22.3% of Miami population. We have the Asian people. The Asian people is 0.7% of population. We have the Native American. The Native American is 0.2%. South American. In recent decades, the Hispanic, especially the Cuban people, population in Miami has grown rapidly. The Hispanic who make of any race, who make of any race, make up 60.8%. This is the population of Miami. The Miami population, on the other hand, are equal with male and female. Male are 49.7% and female are 59.3%. So that's all on population of Miami. We chose Miami because I think this is an interesting place to visit, because other people can go to this place and enjoy the different things to do in Miami. Miami is very famous because it has a lot of beaches, and for example, it has a lot of national parks. And the most important is because Miami has a great weather. It's a tropical weather, and you always can use shorts and hats, sunglasses, or whatever you want. Some things to do in this city, for example, is you can rent a snorkeling or diving set. You know what is diving now? Diving is when you go to the sea and you go very, very deep of the ocean. This is a picture, and the woman is diving. You can see the big turtle in the picture. This is one of the most interesting sports in Miami, and they have another. In this place, they rent all the people the snorkel, all the set together, but it's very expensive. But if you have a lot of money, that's okay. You can save your money and you can enjoy. Another place to visit in Miami is the zoo, Miami Metro Zoo. The exotic of this place is there are no cages, there are no bars for the animals. They are free in the jungle. There are maybe 2,090 acres of jungle in this zoo. Maybe when I will go to this place, I will be behind of the people because they have exotic but dangerous animals. And and another place. This is the Biscayne National Park. They have a 95% of this park is under the water, and the other 5% is they have a small island in all the park, and all the people can take a boat and go down of the water. But if you are 12 years old, you cannot be able to stay in this place. If you want to go to the part of the land, you have to take a special boat, and they rent this boat for maybe $20 or $25 per person. But if you are a boy who is 5 years old, and the trip is free for this person who is younger.
Girls not free?
Yes, of course, why not? I have another picture for the same. This is the same picture, but this is the same. This is like a taxi water, a water taxi, whatever you want.
That's from.
This is a boat.
Yeah.
You can take this boat if you want to go to the island of the national park, because all the park is underwater, and they have only 5% of land in this park, and you have to take a boat if you want to go on the island. And this is the island, but you have to pay if you want to go. And this is another sport you can do in Miami also. Okay. My point is going to continue without.
Good afternoon to everybody. I'm going to show some pictures of Miami.
I don't know how. Look.
Turn over.
Miami. Miami is the exciting and vibrant city of and his most popular are the beach. Miami Beach is the most popular from Miami. You can do everything in that place. Miami can do many kind of things, like they make some teams to play softball, baseball, everything, and beach are public beach and private beach. The difference of the beach public is that the parking and the beach are free, and the private beach isn't free. And you can find many kind of restaurants where you can eat every food. The most special food is the seafood and the Chinese food too. And the hotels are many kinds of hotels. You can find many packets where they offer you, and you can enjoy everything. The pool, the food, the machines. Also, there are some places where you can go marketplaces like shopping. I'm sorry. There are many stores where you can buy everything like shoes, clothes, every kind of clothes, and they offer also many videos where you can go to find another things like how do you tap the beach at the city of the Miami. You can take some cruises. The cruisers in Miami are very famous, and when you stay in the beach, you can travel to the city by cruisers and some boat specials. That's it. My classmate is going to continue.
Afternoon, everybody. I'm talking about the Miami's history. The rest people live in the region of present-day Miami before the European arrived. And the Spanish had large without by the early 19th century, and Florida came under the control of the United States in the 1821. And hundreds of the homesteads settled in the valleys of the Miami rivers. Miami Beach grew in the 1920s and the 1930s and became a world-class disco after World War II. During the Miami served as major military training area, and thousands of soldiers settled in the area after the war ended in the 1945. And the tens of thousands of Cubans refugees settled in the city, and by the early 1960s, they have separated a vibrant new African community. And the 1980s, strong affirmative politics remained around the race and for-race battles in Miami's intercity during the decade. By the mid-1990s, Great Miami had largely recovered, but its geography to future truck store headquarters. Miami is also expanding and executive with and business industries northwest from Dade County into Broward and Palm Beach counties. The city has become one of the poorest in the nation, and despite high poverty tax, has cut the service and still face severe fiscal problems. In 1997, city rolled turned down a ballot measure which had abolished Miami as separate entity and merged it with the countries. Country residents, however, wrote to trace the name of Dade County to Miami-Dade County in November 1970. And this picture is talking about the Miami in the past. And this picture is talking about the Miami in the past. This picture is talking about right now. And this picture is talking about you see the picture? And this picture is talking about the Miami, the state flag. Right now, Miami is international banking and finance center, and the city has the great country of international and age as friends in North America. This constitutes a major employment base. Great Miami has a high diversified economy with over 100 Miami-based companies, a breed of Fortune 500 company, and rapidly grow discovery interests. Miami ranks numbers 1 in Florida for total incomes in employment and number of workers employment. Grace Miami is the nation leader in biomedical tax growth, and the health care sector is a majority industry. It is also part of an area known as the Computer Coast of Florida, and its growing category include computer, electric, intelligence, and plastic. Miami is one of the world's leading year-round export centers, with tourists contributing over 60% of the area's economy. The city is majority transportation hub, and the part of Miami is the world's largest cruise port and the majority seaport of cargo. The famous island called Miami Beach, increased in 1915, is part of Great Miami and is connected to Miami by 4 causeway. And right now I'm talking about the money raised from the skies. Miami is in the Florida, United States. Early one morning, resident is very popular neighbor in the Miami heart, a low class and Arnold truck, and has smashed into a grab and overturned on a beach. The truck was carrying millions of dollars. The door of the truck burst open, and the bags of money fell out. The bags broken open, and the money fell out of the place. Hundreds of people rushed to get their hands on the cash. Money is raining from the sky. They shot. Altogether, the people shot 500,000 into their pockets and the bags. When the entire man died down, the police went from house to house and inquired, if you took money, you must give it back within 48 hours. They waited at the police station, but in the end, only 2 people showed up, a woman and a boy. The woman turned in $90.53, and the boy, Herbert, 11 turned into the 86 cents he picked up. Herbert's honest made an impression. People, when obstacles at this were in Florida, found out about Herbert. They invite him and his interclass to take trip here. When the arrived, this company loaned out the red carpet for the 60 children. Herbert and his friend had the time of their lives. We like to reward pride for good behavior, or this spoken community. I'm finished.
Well, I know that the history is a little boring, but we bring you some juice, orange juice for you, because the orange is the most famous in Miami, the fruit. So I hope that you like the presentation.
Give me those.
Sorry.
Question. You're talking about Miami, interesting beach and beautiful, but I don't see anybody wearing swimming suit.
Oh my God! get one. It's like a dear servant. Can you give me the most beautiful one? Of course.
Six in.
They were all dressed like they were in Miami at the beach.
At the classmate, she dressed. She wear the like the.
Look down and start the second class.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Oh, is it during that? It's during that? You can see. You have to look in the. Whiskey, 2, 3.